I ask my wise angels to guide me always with insights, wisdom, compassion, genuine authenticity, and deeper truths. May love and light be with you always. May love and light be with you always. Collective, your opps is not feeling well. They're worried. They may even be in fear. Okay, I've been tapping into this energy since this morning, and I feel like this has been an ongoing energy for like the last couple days. And it comes with worry. It comes with guilt. It comes with blame. And they may even be thinking about the possibilities. They're in their mind, they're in their head about things. I will appreciate all people. I will overlook the tension and be friendly to someone who has ignored me. You were made for relationships. They're realizing, ooh, this is funny, and I'm following the rhythm here, collective. They're realizing that you weren't the enemy. They're realizing that you were not going against them. You hear me? They might have thought at one point that you were trying to compete with them somehow, or like you were trying to like go up against them or try to get ahead of them. But what I'm getting here is that it's their own minds that they are in fact battling with, and they had projected all of this fear onto you, 222, and they didn't realize that you were being true. It's like they let their mind get to them. They were battling with their own mind when you were present in their life. Do you see how this, it spirals, right? When one is worrying, this spiral you go into, you start to spiral down. You see that, how it goes round and round like that? That's the sense that I'm getting of like they're in a bit of a frenzy, because they're thinking that maybe what they had done to you, or maybe what they had thought about you, or they had made an assumption about you, and whatever that is, whatever that looks like, they're realizing that they're wrong. They're thinking about 333. They're thinking about how they're thinking about how they may be wrong. And they had made a lot of assumption about you. And you know what? I feel like they are being taught a very harsh they're being humbled. They're being humbled. And that makes them worry. They don't like that feeling. It makes them feel uncomfortable, because the whole time they were trying to humble you. They thought they had control over you. And at the same time, 444, they thought that when you were still present in their life, they had that control over you. And they were the ones trying to humble you. But it was all a projection. It was them that needed to be humbled. The sun in reverse. They were wrong about you, but what they're finding out is that they're wrong all along. They were wrong about you, but they're finding out now that they are wrong. And you were wronged. That they wronged you. You see, I'm following the rhythm here. When you were facing them, okay, you were that mirror 555 for them. And that whole time they thought that they were a mirror. You see, it's a projection. They projected all of their insecurities onto you, their fears onto you, thinking that you were the one that you were the one that they took you for a fool. They took you for a fool. You were in fact being true all along, but they thought you were being fake. But they're the fake one. The sun in reverse. By facing you, they thought you're you. They are you. They thought that they are you. I hope I'm not confusing anyone here. They thought they are you. And you are them. But collective, I don't think they realized how much they wronged you. But you see, they might have wronged you, and they did. They wronged you, but you were seeing this all along. They wronged you, but you were seeing it all along. You were seeing it all along, but you were still staying true. 6 of Cups. You were trying to find the middle ground. 4 of Swords. You know, you couldn't get them to change, obviously. And you were seeing the way they were treating you the whole time, obviously. Like, I'm getting here, like, your eye is open. Is open. You see both sides. You see? You see the eye. You see both sides. You're centered. I am. I see. You were seeing them all along. But you kept true to them anyway. I mean, I suppose that if you were in a situation with somebody who was acting fake with you, you're not going to act fake back. Does that make sense? You're just going to be you. So they were being them, but you were still being you. You were not going to change for anybody. But what I'm getting here with the 4 of Swords is like, You couldn't do anything to change them. You couldn't do anything to try to force them to change, that they were going to act 10-10. They were going to act the way they wanted to act. They were going to act however they wanted to act. But it didn't mean that you were going to change yourself for how they were acting. How you were when you were present in their lives is you were being true. 6 of Cups. You are a friend. I will appreciate all people. I will overlook the tension and be friendly. Exactly. You overlooked the tension. You overlooked the betrayal. You overlooked everything that they had done to you that you were seeing all along. And you were trying to find the middle ground in all of it. And you did, even though it was exhausting you. 4 of Swords. It was exhausting you. You knew they were underestimating you the whole time. While facing them, while they were facing you. 11-11. You knew you were being betrayed. You knew you were being gaslighted. You knew that they were berating you, degrading you in every which way possible. But you still held it together the way that you did and found the middle ground in all of it. And even tried to meet them in the middle with where they were with themselves, but you couldn't meet that. You couldn't meet them in where they were, even though you did, because you are somebody. You attract the darkness. You probably once were in their shoes at one point. Like, you've integrated your shadow. You've gotten to know your own demons for yourself. And so you may be one right now. I'm speaking to someone. You attract the ones who are still in their shadow and have not integrated their shadow, because perhaps they see something in you. But you are not in your shadow anymore. You may be, you've identified your shadow, but you are also in your light. So you've identified both your shadow and your light. So now you're in the middle of it. Now you found your balance in between it. You have the knowledge of the dark and the light. The High Priestess. You have the stability. So that may be why you attracted a lot of people who didn't have yet integrated their own shadow. So every time somebody would face you, they think that you're the one. They think that you're stupid and saying all of these things that you don't really mean. They think you're the one being fake, when in fact they are. You know? So these people may be in your life right now, but I'm also getting that for some, these are people these are people in your past. And they may not be in your vicinity. They may not even be in contact with you anymore. But I'm getting this energy of they're worried and they're in fear, because now they're thinking to themselves, I think I wronged the collective here. I think I was wrong and the collective was right all along. What I'm getting with this imagination card is like, they're thinking of like all the possible ways that they went wrong. And that's what's spiraling them. That's why they're going into a frenzy, because they're thinking of all of the possible ways they have done you wrong. And it's putting them in worry. You see, you were a friend all along. You were made for relationships. You see that eye? Oh my gosh. And I also can imagine, I'm also seeing a fish. I don't know if you're seeing that, but I'm seeing a fish. But look, the eye and the eye, you were seeing them all along. You were literally seeing them betray you, manipulate you, control you, underestimate you. You were literally seeing them all along, but you kept true to yourself mostly. It's like you were looking at them and you were going, okay, you be you. And you keep acting like you, but I'm also gonna act like me. You be you, but I'm gonna stay true to me while you treat me that way. That's your choice and this is my choice. And that exhausted you for a long time. Because you perhaps wanted these people to change, but you couldn't do anything about it to change them, collective. Do you hear me? There was nothing that you could have done to change these people. They made the choice to go up against you. So now they're in fear. Now they're worried. Now they're spiraling because they're thinking about all the possible ways that they had done you wrong. All the while they were thinking that you're a fool, you're stupid, you're fake, you don't know what you're saying. But now they're realizing that you were right the whole time. And they were battling with their own mind. And it, in fact, has nothing to do with you at all. They are in so much regret. They're in so much regret. They're sitting with this right now and thinking to themselves, how could I have I ever treated them that way? How could I, you know what? For some, that's the case, right? It's like they don't want me to talk about it. I keep stuttering and I don't like when I stutter. I think it's because the energy is just like so strong, and the way I'm channeling it wants me to speak it all out, spew it out, but I'm trying to take my time, pacing myself. For some, they're thinking to themselves, how could I have treated them that way? And why did I do that to the collective? And then for some, they don't care. They're acting like they don't care that they did it to you. And that's ego, that's pride, that's ego. Some of you guys as ops, they're thinking to themselves, I don't care. It is what it is, it happened, I did that to them, but I don't care. So there's a lot of self-hatred there that comes with that. There's a lot of ego that comes with that. And that too has nothing to do with you, collective. But they know they're wrong for doing that, but they don't care. But for some, I'm getting like, they're questioning, how could I have done that? And why did I do that? I feel like that's something, right, they're right, they're being on, the people who are saying, how could I have done that? Like they're really grounding themselves in the energy they're in and whatever's coming up for them. It's like they're speaking honestly. I see a word. They're speaking honestly about what they had done or what they had said to you. They're speaking honestly about it. And then for others, they're carrying fear and worry and thinking about everything, like every possible ways that they have wronged you in every which way possible. It's like I'm getting like, when they did this to you, they didn't really have clear conscience, like coherence. They didn't have coherence. They didn't have clear coherence. So now as things come back in order, or for some, you know, they're getting their karma, and this karma is really hitting them, and now they have this clear conscience. Now they have some kind of coherence, and they're wondering, they have coherence because the karma is hitting them so hard that it's pushing them to have coherence, because things are happening in their life and they're wondering, why is this happening in my life? And it's because of what they did to you, collective. They're wondering, why is this happening to me? What is happening to them? Can we tap into that energy? I ask my wise angels to guide me always. What is happening to them? Ooh. I have these three cards: sustainability, confusion, and submission. They're losing things. They're losing material things. Okay. They're losing material things, and then for some, there are people in their life who is like treating them like crap. Like controlling them and manipulating them, and they're seeing this. And they're going, wait a minute, I'm usually the one doing this to people. Ooh. And they're realizing, why is this happening to me now? And they're going, what did I do to deserve this from people? Well, that's karma. Karma is a form of lesson, right? Karma is a form of lesson. Karma is, in fact, a platter. Like, karma is put on a platter, handed to people as a lesson. And so some of your ops, they're experiencing people treating them like crap because they treated you like crap. And they're wondering to themselves, why are people treating me this way? What did I deserve to be treated this way? And they're going, oh, light bulb, because I used to treat collective like shit. So there are people in their lives who are literally like showing them like they're worthless. They're a piece of shit. There are literally people in their lives, like they're surrounded by people who are literally showing them that they're a piece of shit. Karma serves its justice. Karma will literally be served in such a way that somebody can't even handle it, that they're going to start questioning themselves. They're going to start questioning their own behavior. They're going to start questioning their own thinking. They're literally going to be pushed into coherence. And then in some circumstances, their material things are being taken away from them. Because perhaps for some of you, collective, the way they treated you is they had taken, like, I just heard inheritance. They've taken inheritance from you. They've taken even like material things from you that you needed because you needed to work with something, right? Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. If you needed your laptop so you can do your work, they took that away from you so that you wouldn't do your work. so that you wouldn't keep up with your mission, so that you wouldn't keep up with your work, whatever work you do online. They took your laptop away from you. For some, they took your car away from you. They took the car away from you so that you wouldn't be able to go places and make things easier for you. For some, they might have kicked you out of a home, or took your home away from you, or did whatever they could in all their might to take something from you so that you would be helpless, hopeless, depressed. Literally. They wanted you to be in where they are with themselves. And they did that in all their might to try to keep you all the way down, spiraled just like them. That if they didn't have the inner happiness, the inner peace, if they didn't have any sense of peace, any sense of balance, any sense of happiness in themselves, you couldn't have it either. And they weren't going to allow you to have it unless they have it first. So that's what I'm getting with that. And then with confusion is this is what I mean by they're thinking about all the possible ways that they had done you wrong. And this is leaving them stuck in their mind, thinking about everything they said, or trying to put the puzzle pieces together. What did I say to the collective? Why did I do that? And, but they know. They just act like they don't because they got caught. Either that, or because the karma is hitting them so hard, it's so harsh, that now they're acting like they don't know what they did, but they did, and they know. For some of you guys, you may be having weird dreams. I don't know why I felt the need to bring that up, but that's what's coming up. And also your subconscious may be clearing up from the past where you experienced a lot of this weird spirits, weird experiences with these people who kept you out of place, out of balance, and not in your alignment, keeping you unalive in every which way possible. Let's see. Anything else here? I'm going to pull up. Let's see what scripture comes up for you guys. I want to end this in a positive note. And you know what? I didn't even really have to say that, collective, because you are on a positive note. You are. You're great. You're just going about your day. You're at peace. You're not worried. You're not. I think people bring worry to you. People bring fear to you because you're not in fear and you're not in worry. You're not in confusion, but they want you to be. So I didn't have to say that because you are on a positive note. They just want to shake you up, to try to distract you, because they're not right. And you're right, but they're not right with themselves. And so if they're not right with themselves, they're going to try to find a way to make you unright, to make you unalive, to make you completely off balance and off, just completely. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. I would like to pull that up in my Bible. Sometimes it's, different words. 107:1. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever. I'll see you in the next. I love you.